Hello, this is your buddy Transtat, and I'm going to do a rather interesting video review today. I'm going to do a series of videos. I did it originally as one video, but it said it was too long and it wouldn't let me put it on YouTube. So, first off, I'm going to start by telling you where exactly I was during the terrorist incident of 9/11. And then it's going to it's going to end with me reviewing these DVDs. First off, I'd like to say that, well, it's kind of interesting where I was. I was at work, and that's not exactly interesting, as you can tell. But where I was at work is kind of interesting. I was in the middle of taking my mid-morning constitutional, and I heard two fellas come in the bathroom, and they were talking about the bombing at the World Trade Center. I thought that was kind of interesting because I thought they were talking about the original bombing, which was back in '93, February of '93, that killed 6 and injured another 1,000. So I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting. So I finished my constitutional, and my work area was at the back of this building. And I was passing groups of people in groups just talking. And I'm like, wow, I wonder what they're talking about. And I got back to my area, and my good buddy Jerry Lyons was in the kind of head in a group of people, and he was talking about how a plane had crashed into the World Trade Center. I'm like, well, geez, I'd never heard of that before. What happened? And he went into what he knew about what happened, which at the time wasn't much, because at work we weren't allowed TVs, we weren't allowed radios. So he came in and out. I'm a buddy of mine named Gordon who was in the office. He was one of the bosses. He had a radio, so he kept trotting out every so often, telling us what had happened. First off, a plane went in the World Trade, another plane went in the World Trade, the World Trades collapsed, a plane went into Shanksville, Pennsylvania, a plane went into the President's summer home, plane went in the Pentagon. There's plenty of car bombs, there's snipers, and that's what we all thought was going on during 9/11, because we didn't have any, and that's what was being reported on the news, because I guess our government, the United States was kind of in a state of paralyzed, because we didn't know what was going on. We had never prepared for an attack like this. We had prepared for planes attacking us from overseas or whatever like that, but we'd never actually prepared for an attack from inside, with our own planes. So we were kind of caught with our pants down pretty much, and all day long I'm hearing all these rumors happening, and I don't know what's going on. And and then at lunchtime I had a car. My car was a '87 Mercury Sable, which, by the way, if you know the difference between an '87 Mercury Sable and a golf ball is, a man will look for a golf ball. Anyway, I'm in my car and I have a radio in my car and I'm listening to what's happening, and I don't hear half of what on the radio. I don't hear half of what my buddy's been saying is going on. All I hear on the radio is that the two towers had been hit, and at the time they had collapsed. Pentagon had been hit, and then there was just one plane that had hit the ground in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And that's all I'd been hearing. And I'm thinking, well, what's going on here? I mean, I was just so starved for information. I got home, and then, well, I seen pretty much what everybody'd seen. They kept replaying the first plane going in and replaying it and everything, and, it was a tragic day. And that's where I was during 9/11, and that's the first part of this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it right now, and I'll start reviewing each of these DVDs one by one. I'm Transtat, and thank you very much for listening.